Well, it is often called the great imitator, a chronic autoimmune disease that affects more than 1.5 million Americans, mostly women.
Yeah, lupus causes the immune system to attack healthy tissue, triggering symptoms like extreme fatigue, joint pain, and rashes that can mimic dozens of other illnesses. And that is why it's so difficult to diagnose and why May is Lupus Awareness Month.
Our Taylor Brook is here with us to introduce us to a woman who waited 7 years to get answers and is now turning that pain into purpose.
Yeah, guys, for 7 years, Jess Patz just thought she was exhausted from being a mom of 4, but then came the rash, a stroke, those symptoms that you guys just mentioned, and then a life-changing diagnosis. And now she is sharing her story. Staring off into the pond, Jess Patz has a new appreciation for life. She notices the little things. She takes moments to rest and reflect.
Oh my gosh, a complete new appreciation.
That's because the majority of her life has been chaotic, constant stress. The 39-year-old lives with lupus, an incurable autoimmune disease where the immune system attacks healthy tissue. She takes 9 pills in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and 11 at night.
Extreme fatigue, beyond tired, can't keep your eyes open, crazy joint pain. You feel like you're 99 and a half years old.
For 7 years, Pat's experienced unexplained medical emergencies, blood clots in her lungs, even a stroke, all while raising 4 kids and surviving years of domestic abuse.
Over half of my life, abuse has been a part of my story. My entire medical team, rheumatology, functional medicine, everybody believed the trauma from surviving that is what threw my body into lupus.
The exact cause of lupus is unknown, but doctors say it's triggered by genetics, hormones, and environmental factors. It's often hard to diagnose and affects women 9 times more than men.
You know, lupus is a serious but manageable disease, and the sooner we recognize it and treat it, the better people can live healthy, active, normal lives.
While there's no direct link between stress and lupus, Harvard studies show extreme psychological trauma is linked to an increased risk of developing the disease. For Patz, the diagnosis was devastating but eye-opening. After she had the stroke in 2024, she couldn't walk. But while relearning, she also learned something even harder: how to find joy again.
Life is hard for everybody. Why do we think that my life shouldn't be as hard as yours? I couldn't be so angry on Tuesday that I wake up on Wednesday and my leg just worked again. But I could change my outlook and change my perspective.
That perspective has led her across the country as a motivational speaker, sharing her story on stages, even TEDx. What keeps her going? Her faith, her kids, her late mother, her new husband, and the women she hopes to inspire.
Wow, to just wake up in the morning and take a breath, immediately you're like God's favorite because you have the opportunity to do something incredible.
Her message: your trauma doesn't have to destroy you. Your diagnosis doesn't have to define you. You decide how your story ends.
And I'm appreciative for every single moment.
Talk about a warrior.
Wow.
Look at her,
Yeah.
guys. She's doing a headstand at the end. Look how far she's come.
And she looks fantastic.
Yeah.
She really does.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see that she's found love again as
I
well.
know.
And like that
And healthy love.
optimism. Yes, for sure.
So you've been talking about the fact that lupus is difficult to diagnose. Why is that the case?
Yeah, so Jess told me, it can look like so many different things. There's so many symptoms: extreme fatigue, there's joint pain, rashes, things that a lot of us probably experience at least sometime in our life, right? So it can look like a lot of other illnesses, and there is no single test for lupus. So these doctors, they've got to piece together symptoms, your medical history, multiple blood tests, and then these symptoms come and go, guys, so it's really hard to pinpoint.
So if you're looking at your symptoms, maybe you've experienced a couple different things, you can't really figure out what might be the root cause of this. What do doctors recommend you do if you suspect you might have lupus?
Yeah, so if anyone out there suspects they might have lupus, what you're going to want to see is a rheumatologist, as those are the doctors that specialize in autoimmune diseases. And then Jess said, do not give up. It took her 7 years to get diagnosed. So she said, if you feel like something is wrong with your body, trust yourself, keep pushing until you get answers, because lupus is incurable at this point, guys, but it is very treatable. So with early diagnosis, the right treatment, people like Jess, you can go on to live active and full lives.
Yeah, and looks unrecognizable compared
point,
to some of those when she was receiving treatment and how she's recovered now.
Certainly, and definitely advocated for herself along the way, and that's really important, even if you can't figure it out. 7 years is a long time to go without a diagnosis, but I'm happy to see that
She got it.
she came out the other end.
Absolutely.
Taylor, thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.